example. Record. Right? Okay, now let's change the slot. Okay. And then let's... where am I? Change this to random, yeah. Oh, uh-oh. 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 That time I won, alright. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Yeah, that's the danger. That's one of the things that makes Mitsuru so strong, just in general, is how unfavorable it is for the opponent to press a button, and yet they have to, you know what I mean? Otherwise, they'll be stuck forever if they don't try anything. But the punishment for being wrong for the opponent is extreme, and it's kind of always been this way with Mitsuru. Especially now that she can launch on a standing hit. It's pretty nutty. Right, so let's talk about that situation a little bit more. So, I noticed you get something like this a lot, which is perfectly fine. The string's okay. Obviously, we talked about the thing you were doing wrong a lot is you were doing this. Oh boy, that's no good. Let's record that. Oh, I'm on random. Get back to a number. Actually, let's try pressing a button after too. I'm pretty curious. Alright, let's see. I guess I'm probably going to press 5A with Ken. Yeah, even Ken's like whack-ass 5A trades with that. Oh, it even wins, actually. I just wasn't pressing it fast enough. Yeah, don't do nothing after that. Is Shadow Yosuke player and knows nothing about Mitsuru? Yeah, don't worry. You ask me anything you want. You must have just come in after we talked about that, which is completely fine. Knowing about Mitsuru is probably 3/4 of the battle if you're trying to learn how to fight her. If you don't know what she does, like, you're never going to beat a good Mitsuru. Or even like an above average Mitsuru, she'll just roast you because you don't know what she's doing. She's really one of those characters, like, you have to specialize in fighting her and know everything that she can do out of each option in order to beat her. It's not as expansive as it sounds, and we're kind of looking at some of it today. So yeah, obviously don't do that. I don't need to record, let's just play as her. Do this more. I mean, don't do nothing after, but I mean like the uncharged 5e. This is really nice because of what we just showed where you can get fataled out of it. My favorite thing to do out of 2A is this, the 2B. So there's a few reasons. First of all, look how late I can cancel this. Oh! So this like really makes people want to press a button. Oh, and then they die. So let's like show that. Oh, I got fataled. I was fast that time, but it's only because I know it's coming. And also, that's like a late cancel. You don't have to cancel it that late. You can do this, and it's like almost airtight. So like, I like that you are using 2A because I don't see new Mitsurus utilize it much. But yeah, there's a lot more you can do besides just 5B. So here's another neat trick. Let's change this to block switching, not random, disabled. And then let's do this. See? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They have to guess. They have to guess block. They don't even have time to think about whether or not they can press buttons. Because they can just die here. I can't reach with that version, unfortunately. You probably can. I bet you can in the corner. If I have execution. Oh yeah. Oh, I already did more freezes. But yeah, you get the idea. That also, you know, they can't just stand block it because you can do this as well. Oop. And although sweep is no longer a fatal counter like it was in vanilla, it still does fatal damage as a starter for a combo, so them getting hit by sweep is like, it's like getting hit by an Aegis sweep. Like you're in a lot of trouble. You can also just do that straight up. Extend with 5C. You can even do it into 5C. If you do it into 5C, you can 5B later. You'll see Japanese Mitsurus do this a lot. You can dash cancel 5C. Oops, I didn't mean to 5B. You can throw out of a charge. That's another thing I didn't see you try in the matches. I don't know if you're still here, but I'm just going to talk anyway because it's valuable to whoever is tuning in. That's another thing I didn't see you try. I forget about it a lot myself, but this is not this. This is cancelable. I can do it offline. I've been doing it online lately. There. Then we win off of a corner throw. Yeah, and then to the rest. Yeah, I'm actively watching. Yeah, awesome. So let's see, what else can we do with 2A? So we have the do it charge like you have been. Dash cancel that because it's plus as fuck. There's just no reason not to do it. If this is gonna hit, there's no disadvantage to forward dashing because it's plus. They can't punish it. Okay, then we have do it uncharged. If they're mashing, if they're showing a pattern of mashing, you do it uncharged, you can score a fatal here. We have 2B shenanigans. We'll talk about 5C next. I don't want to talk about too much at once when we're just talking about 2A at the moment. I think that's mostly it for 2A. Like, obviously, you can go into this and then do more shit, and that's still dash cancelable. That'll definitely create more layers if you like using 2A, and 2A is really important in a lot of matches. Like Shadow Yosuke. But yeah, especially if you're like looking to shut down that sweep, if your opponent's matching sweep like he apparently was, there's a lot you can do. Before I move on to 5C, let's talk about that route. Wrong menu. Block switching, turn that to enable, turn that to none. Let's go over here. See how much it does. Up of 2D. Didn't come out. I played some 2-bar matches yesterday, so I'm a little off. I haven't warmed up any execution yet today. Oh, he's an Awakening. God damn it. I just noticed. Awakening never! Yeah, that's a shit ton, dude. It's 7.8. The route you did 6.9. You would have absolutely killed him. You would have overkilled him. Yeah, that's all gonna be on the site. Already is on the site. Is probably a better way to put it. That shit's complete, which I'm very happy about because there's a lot of work. Anytime you're doing a mid-screen route, this is explained, but I'm just gonna explain it here because why the fuck not? Like, you're gonna do like your general mid-screen route. If you end it this way, this is the max damage route, and you do the Tentarafu and the rest. That's the max damage route. Wasn't Ken's HP only 8,500? Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like, when you're playing Mitsuru, you're just thinking about like how many hits do I need to win. So you were fighting Shadow Ken, so he gets a little bit more than Ken. But you still, you know, you pay attention to it. If you know, like, your mid-screen route's going to do almost 8k, then you know, like, I just need, like, a quick, like, 2k combo, like 1.7 here. This is probably enough. Actually, let's just fucking test it. Let's turn off the health regen. Let's test it. Let's see what happens. How should I do this? I don't want to do a corner combo because it'll do too much. Oh, actually, let's take him here. Yeah, yeah. Super dead. He's super dead. Why did I get 8k there? Did I get a just frame or something? Or maybe more of the ice shards hit. Yeah, he's super dead. It's like, when you have this burst up here in the corner, you're going to win in 2 hits. Like, this character is insane. So you always want to be thinking that mindset. Like, I just need the 100 meter and 2 hits and I win. I just need 2 hits and I win, as long as I get the meter. So obviously, like, an auto combo is not going to be enough meter for your next hit to kill, unless you were, like, blocking stuff, which you probably are against Ken, but who knows. But yeah, you always want to be thinking about your resources and how much you need to kill. Did you do the FF14 stuff already? What FF14 stuff? It's Shadow Mitsuru, damage is their middle name. Yeah, this character's damage is absolutely insane. Even normal Mitsuru's damage is insane. She could do all the same shit, she just needs awakening. So if you fight Mitsuru, a good Mitsuru, and she bursts and she's in Awakening, she now has access to the 8 and 9k combos as well. You're super dead. So So we talked about how, like, doing this ender is the max damage, but there's, you know, the other way you can do things. It's also important. Look at my burst meter. Oh, never mind. Let's turn this regen shit off. Burst gauge default, so we can get an example. Fucked it. Now I'm doing it too early. I mean, did you raid yet, or is that a night thing? There's maintenance tonight, so it's canceled. There's no raid tonight. Look at my burst gauge right now. It's not empty. And I still got 2 loops. Okay, so this does 1,000 less, right? It does 1,000 less than the max damage route, but look at my burst gauge. I go into the next round with this much burst gauge back. Look how much I get off of a fucking auto combo. Look at my burst gauge. Look at that chunk I just got. So if I get an auto combo, I already get that much back in the next round. Like, I can win 2 rounds in a row with a Shadow Frenzy. So the purpose of doing the short combo, where, like, you do, like, this one, the purpose of this is just to save your burst. Otherwise, you don't do it. So when you hit this combo, right? When you hit this, you want to already have in mind which route you're going to pick based on their current HP. So if this clown is... Oh, not P2. Let's see. Let's say like 55 or 60%. If this clown's at this HP when you hit him, you do not need to do the ender that goes like this. See how my... Oh, you don't get to see it. But my burst would be empty if you cancel that way because it's a cancel. If you have to do a move and cancel into a Shadow Frenzy, it uses your entire burst gauge. But... Let's try that again. If you do it raw like this out of nothing, it only uses like a little more than half of it instead. So when you hit them, you want to look at their health and you want to be like, am I going to conserve my burst gauge here and do the burst ender or the burst conserve ender, or am I going to take the damage ender? And that just depends on their HP. Like at this HP, you don't need to spend everything. He's going to die from the 6.7 version. But if he's up at this HP, it's going to be really close. So you need to spend it all. Or I can just not get it at all. Try that again. Rize is a set play monster. Yeah, you have to learn how to block her too. Oh, thanks for the follow. Oh, I buffered it too early. It would have killed though. We're not gonna do it again, but it would have killed. And it's just making the judgment. Like you just have to make the judgment based on their current HP of which one you need to do. That's the reason that the one that you were doing, or similar to the one that you were doing, exists. The one I was doing was similar, but saves a little bit more burst than the one you were doing. Similarly, in the corner, you have the same kind of thing going on. You know, you get some like corner combo. I dropped it. It's fine. Damn, dude, I have the net play habits like crazy. Although it could take a while, I could learn Mitsuru and Rize to have diversity, if you want. Learning a character is hard, just in general. It's just hard. There we go. So you can do it here too. See the raw activate? That would have left me with about half a burst gauge. And you can do the same, you can do 2 loops here. That still killed him because he has 10 health. But yeah, that would have, I would go into the next round with half a burst. Even though I just did a 7.6k combo. It's one of the reasons that Shadow Mitsuru is so much stronger than the other Shadows. Why she's considered the best is the versatility. Not only in which hits can go into the kill, which is pretty much every hit can go into the kill, but how much burst you can save and how much control you have over the damage output. That's the activate I tend to do. Yeah, just so you know, you can extend that for more damage as well. Let's fix his health. HP recovery. I'm gonna do an SB, so you're gonna get 2 SBs. Don't mind my early time. I played a lot of 2-bar and 1-bar yesterday, which I normally don't do. 8.1k, so it does a pretty good chunk more than doing the raw activate. So again, it's just awareness. You just need to know like I need to spend it all to kill, or I don't need to spend it all to kill. Doesn't have as many difficult inputs. I guess that depends on what a difficult input is to you. Like, to do this with Mitsuru, I just press forward and a button. And like, to do this with Mitsuru, I press up and a button. it's pretty easy. This is just a button with no direction. It's like the best move in the game. This is like the second best move. This is a jump and a button. Like, you do, like, those 4 things, and you're already, like, beating half of ranked mode. I think Rize is harder to learn now, in all seriousness. She has way more trouble getting her pressure going, and there's way more shit you have to learn about it. Speaking of this, let's get back to Mitsuru's pressure. Let's set this back to blocking. Yeah, Rize is hard. Rize is a commitment. You have to love Rize to play Rize. Because she's also not very good. It's like if you're gonna put in all that work, you better really like that character. Yeah, so let's show this in the corner, I think would be nice. So like, you know, you get your hit, you're doing whatever pressure, right? 5C has a lot of things going on, so let's talk about it. So this has 15 hits. It fucks up Koro, that's a side note. It completely fucks up the dog. Look at his health. But this has 15 hits. And the way it works is that it's in sets of 3 hits. Every 3 hits, you can cancel this move. So I could do it really early. I could do it later. I could do it even later. I could do it even later. So the thing with this is the longer you hold it, the shittier the frame data gets out of your advantage. And that's the way it works. It's just, if I sit here and hold this, they're gonna be able to have more retaliation options the longer I'm holding it. But if you're not holding it long, they can't really do much about it. This move hits really hard on counter hit. If they press a button when you do this and it counter hits them, they're like pretty fucked. So I'll show you that. Crouching, blocking none, basic training, counter hit always. If I can do execution. I haven't warmed up today. The last play session I did was online. That was bad. I didn't count. You have to count it. Or at least I recommend you do. Count the hits. Too early. I fucked it because I didn't think I was going to hit. There we go. Look at that damage on Shadow. This is Shadow Mitsuru. This isn't normal Mitsuru. This is Shadow Mitsuru. That was about 4K off of the counter hit. So now the thing you might be wondering is, when are they going to get counter hit by this? There's a few different situations. We don't need to have that on. Let's get him blocking again. Let's record. Okay. Oh, I did it wrong. Try that again. Wrong spacing. Probably like... Oh, let's reset. I'm too close. Yeah. I think I'm still too close. We'll see. No, I'm not too close. That's one of the most important things it catches. And you'll get the full combo that I showed you. Let's look at that again. People always want to roll out of Mitsuru's pressure because it beats so many of her buttons. But 5C doesn't give a fuck about your feelings. And then it goes into the full 4K combo. The other thing is just general like frame trap stuff. Look how late I can cancel that. So like, oddly enough, the thing that you were doing that you shouldn't be doing can also be used as a mind game. Does that punish roll? Yeah, yeah. I guess I just showed you. Let's, look how late I can cancel that. So if they wanted to punish my 5B there, you could do a pretty late 5C. Oh, so late. Let's record her. I didn't even get counter hit. Yeah, I'm not even getting counter hit. Jeez, I don't even have enough time to press the button. It's that good. So 5C can be used for frame traps. The thing that I personally like about 5C the most is that it sets up tension. And I'm not talking about guilty gear. I mean like literal tension. Like the player is one hit away from dying to my Shadow Frenzy combo, and I just sit here, right? And they don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. And then I like do this, you know? They don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do. Then I do this. Or they'll panic, right? They're like, shit, like I need to get out of here, and then you backdash and they roll, right? Or they're panicking, right? And you're like holding, they're like, what the fuck? And then you backdash and they DP, and you kill them off of their DP. It puts a lot of pressure, like mental pressure, on your opponent. Because they feel like they need to do something about it. Because, like I said, this is 15 hits. That's an insane amount of time to be stuck in block stun off of one button. That is a long time. Like, look, this is not very long. 5A, that's it. It's over. This goes on for a long time, and you can do things out of it. Now, again, the longer you hold this, the less frame advantage you're at. But do keep in mind that this is a thing. So even at the worst possible disadvantage, if they really want to mash and try to punish you for doing it, you can counter hit them with an AQ draw. You'll lose your turn if they blocked it. But if you see your opponent's like, I know about 5C, I know that it gets worse the longer time, you can stuff them. And if you know anything about Shadow Mitsuru, you know that you don't want to get hit by that. Let me show you. Ooh, counter hit always. Blocking none. Let's make him stand just for posterity's sake. And this, so here's what happened in 1.1 if you got hit. Oh no, I got hit by a Kudra. 1901. It was less damage back then, actually, because in 1.1 Shadows did even less. It was like 1700. In this version of the game, you're fucking dead. Ow! 7.8k off of a counter hit Aku draw because you pressed a button trying to hit my 5C. And even if I don't have the meter, it was still like a 3 something combo, plus all of the meter that I generated off of it. Like, I'm probably going to generate the meter to kill you. Like, you're fighting Shadow Mitsuru and she doesn't even have Frenzy. Let's say she doesn't even have Frenzy. That's no Frenzy. No Frenzy. Almost 6k. Look at his health. No Frenzy. That combo probably generated around 70 meter. Maybe more. 70 or 80 meter. So it's just like... 5C is just so mighty. Because the danger of them doing anything about it is so high. Because if they're wrong about what you decide to do out of your 5C, they lose the round for it. It's just so goddamn good. Let's make him block again. One thing they'll often do is try to jump out. We'll do one of these. Oh, I didn't record it. Yeah, let's try that again. So they want to, like, usually back jump and then do something, right? But now they have this fucking thing in their face and they don't get to do anything. If you've played Mitsuru, you know when you're pressuring in the corner, they want to do this shit. They want to get out of the way and then they want to, like, land with something. But now you got this mirror in their face and their options become severely limited. Counter-type DPs have an easier time dealing with Mitsuru's 5C. Whose counter DP has an easier time? I can only think of Rize. Press a button, you die. Roll, you die. Yosuke DP, you win. I don't think so. I don't think Yosuke's DP is going to do shit to that.
I'll prove to you that I know how to fight.
Charge 5B into nothing was pretty much me autopiloting into 5B, and then I had no plan. I see. Hey man, we're going over the freaking plan. We're gonna make you strong. We're gonna make you hella strong. Naoto and Yosuke? Yeah, I guess now Yosuke, no way, man. Yosuke's DP is trash against Mitsuru.
I'll prove to you that I know how to
Yosuke's DP, like, I can stand right here and do this, and he'll go like, whoa! And hit nothing, and then I get to kill him. Like, I'll do this, and it'll hit his DP, and nothing will happen to me. And then I do this, and I win. If I do this against Yosuke, and he DPs, I win. It's not gonna hit me. Naoto can shoot me. Yeah, Naoto can shoot me. I think... a lot of ranges Rize can shoot me. Kanji and Chie's counter DPs are a joke against these moves. They can't do anything. Who else has a counter DP? Is that everybody? You got the Velvet Room attendants with their throws. Those aren't going to do anything either. 5C in general is pretty anti-DP. Like, that's one of the reasons it applies so much, like, actual tension to the match, is because they kind of just have to take it. Like, they can take a big risk and try to hit you, but that risk is most likely not going to be in their favor. Even like good players, most of the time if they take a risk against my 5C, I end up winning the game. Like you're typically, if you're fighting Mitsuru, you're much better off just not even challenging it. But you know, there's ways to challenge it, absolutely. You have to be really certain what the Mitsuru is going to do, and you can beat it. For sure. It has weaknesses. It's not like perfect, you know. Nothing should be either. Which is fine. Okay, so we talked about like 2A, 2B stuff. We did like the instant overhead. We did well. We should talk about people who want to jump out of your throw. Right? Because Mitsuru wants to do things like this. I'm plus, so I get to throw you. Or she wants to go like, oh, you were blocking, so I get to throw you. But there's an option select in this game. I can do it. There we go. You have to be really careful with it on Mitsuru compared to other characters, because you can accidentally get this and get counter hit for trying to option select. I'm more so talking about the first 5C range with Yosuke. So yeah, that depends on how they're using it. If I do this, this is block string. You can't DP in the middle of that. Like that's a true block string, especially if it's charged. You can't fit any buttons in between there. I mean, I showed that too. Like Ken could not even get counter hit because it was so plus. Yeah, it just depends. If they're doing something like this, yeah, you can DP it. If they're doing this, I probably wouldn't recommend trying to DP it. I mean, you can match it, but it's not going to come out. It's more like what's going to happen. Right, so people want to do the OS and get out of your throw. Which looks like that. It's a jump. It's a very quick jump back throw input, and it beats your stuff. So what you need to consider is what that option select input means. First of all, it means that in order for them to input it, they have to press up, right? So let's put him on standing. Let's get block switching back off. So the moment he presses it, if you didn't throw him, if you did an attack, he's going to be in this kind of block stun state. Like if I do this and he inputs the option select, he's going to be like that. He's going to be standing. That means that if you're fighting a player who's inputting the option select, this is guaranteed. Let me turn counter hit off because we're not worried about counter hit right now. It's not going to counter hit. If they're doing the option select correctly, it's not going to counter hit. Now that's not a lot of damage, right? It does add up though, and it does go into the frenzy kill, even though it's a standing combo. But if you're fighting an opponent and you're like going for Mitsuru's throw and you see them do this shit, like, and it seems like they're psychic, they like always do that when you're gonna throw them, it means they're doing the option select. And the reason you see it when you throw and they block when you don't is because the input's so fast that if they input it correctly, they'll block your 5A. If you came up and did a 5A, they'll block it unless you do it like really late. So instead what you can do is 2A and do this combo. This close 2A combo. You want to make sure that this is in your arsenal. Can I cancel today? Apparently not. Am I late? Am I early? I can't tell. I think I'm early. I should have warmed up today. We're warming up now. Yeah, I was early. Into the rest as usual. I'll just end it early. Yeah, you'll get like your usual like 7K-ish off of this if they're doing the option select. So they can't just do it, you know. Originally, the reward was really low. Like even normal Mitsuru is only gonna get like 1.7 or 1.8 here. I think that makes that really awkward in the corner that the timing is variable. The timing is not variable on this. Oh, you're talking about the the cancel. Yeah, it's fucked. I was pressing it way too early. I thought you were talking about this. I was like, this is the same every time. Yeah. You want to make sure that you know this combo, though. Normal Mitsuru can even get a little bit more out of it. If I can not get a coup draw. Yeah, and she can go into a corner combo. So both Mitsurus can get something out of it. But yeah, you'll commonly see this shit. And you know what's gonna happen if they get hit by 2A and then take a 7k Shadow Frenzy combo? They're probably not gonna use the option select very much anymore, are they? And when they stop using the option select, you get to throw them. Dog fucks up combos so bad. So yeah, do keep that in mind. Players who take this game seriously are going to know about the OS. And you need to be ready as a Mitsuru player to beat it. Because you're a strike throw character and they know that. Anybody who knows how to fight Mitsuru knows that you're a strike throw character. And they're going to want to option select you. And you need to make sure that you're discouraging it with that 2A combo. This works at mid-screen as well. Yeah, 10 hits. And also at mid-screen, obviously, you get to do the whole shadow shit. Frenzy. So that's like anti-throw tech option select. Now, going for the throw in general, here's situations where you want to go for it. Like, this is plus. This is plus. So this forces them into basically a 50-50 situation. Like, not technically, because they can DP too. Like, there is a gap for them to DP. But it's plus. It was so plus that I didn't throw him because I pressed it too early. So this is an area where they have to either take the throw or attempt the option select. And if you have meter and your frenzy, this is now a 50-50 for them to die. So all those times you hit this max charged 5B, you're putting them in a game-winning situation. It's actually like that dire. Because if I get the throw even at mid-screen, let's see if I can do it right now. My execution's all kinds of fucked up today. Yeah. I fucked up the cancel, but yeah, you get the point. Even at mid-screen, they're dead from both options. So the moment they block this, if they know anything about Mitsuru, they're shaking in their boots because their next decision that they have to commit to is going to be the game. And they can't press a button because you're plus. If they try to roll like that Ken did, yeah, I was trying to tell you that in the review, where you did a throw and you didn't do anything out of it. I don't know why I can't do the cancel today. Let's get this beefed out real quick. I'm usually really good at it. Let's get this beefed out real quick. Get my fan on. Sorry for the noise of the fan, but it's a little warm in my house. Let's get this beefed out real quick. It's bothering me. There we go. There we go. Do this one too. There we go. Do it off throw. Why is my timing fucked up on that? It's the same combo. Am I early? I might be early. Is it really that late? I was early. Man, netplay really makes you do things way too early. Also, just be sure not to rely on coup too much. Sweeps, Zeokar, and guns when you're done with. Yeah, using coup draw is like, it's to call something out. It shouldn't be your go-to. I fucked it up. So you can miss the cancel there. I normally do a harder route, which is harder. So, I'll give you your reason right now for why you should do auto combo besides it just being like a fluid combo. Awakening, repairs, burst gauge, default. Look at my burst gauge. I got some back. I got some back, plus this combo takes a while because you're going to do the 2 loops. So by the time you're done with the combo, you have like, I want to say like a little more than a third of it back already for round 2. Yeah, it's pretty strong. Oh, I don't have a burst anymore because I turned that setting on. I was like, why didn't I get the cancel? Yeah, okay. I was just doing it really early, I guess. Yeah, 6.5 off of a mid-screen throw, man. It's like, dude. Let's get the blocking back on. Block everything, block switching disabled. So yeah, you know, you back to our discussion, you have this one too. And that time I did it too late for sure, because I was thinking auto combo timing. I don't know what I'm doing wrong today. Oh, the charge. There we go. Do a short combo. So yeah, to summarize, players who are jumping your throw with the option select, if you get them to block this, it's the end of the world. It's the absolute end of the world because this is a 50-50 situation where you win the round. So that's like the strength of this. They don't want to ever block this. So people want to DP this, people want to mash out of this, and that's why like doing it fast like that to get a fatal is the next layer. Broken character is broken. I can only get 5.4k off a grab with Shadow Yosuke. I do get 3 stacks out of poison though. 3 stacks of poison, yeah. Shadow Yosuke is just one of the weaker shadows. The other shadows they get pretty comparable damage to Shadow Mitsuru off of throw. Especially like Yukari. Now what about people who are mashing this? They're just holding up back when you're trying to pressure them. They're just doing this forever. We're blocking? Yeah, we're blocking. You want to like, let me get him to block everything and crouch again. You want to set up your pressure in a way that it's going to catch jump. Because in this game, jump startup is 5 frames, and it's 5 frames where they cannot block. And they will get caught in the air when they try to do their jump. So like, you can obviously, you know, do that. That's really unsafe, so I don't recommend it. One of the tried and true is the vanilla block string. I still use this a shit ton. The sweep will cover the jump attempt. 5C will cover the jump attempt. Sweep will cover the jump attempt. You want to like make your string in a way where there's a lot of places where if they're just holding jump ignorantly, they get hit instead. So I gave you some examples. So that will catch them. If they jump here, that will catch them. This will catch them. This will catch them. This will catch them. 2DD, 5B, dash cancel? This is D. I don't know if that's what you meant. This is 2D. If you're just talking about neutral, then it's good, yeah. Pretty good. The other one where people jump often is they block sweep and then do this late. Don't do it right away. So don't do this. Don't do this, you're not going to hit anything. But if you do this, and they jump or press a button, you got them. And the reward may not necessarily always be high, but it will discourage the jump. At the end of the day, you're trying to discourage the jump so that you can do other things with your pressure. Don't worry about the damage. If they up back successfully, it just depends. 2DD is like at this range, this move's not very good. They want to be like, you want them to be like about this far if you're going to 2D. Otherwise, like you can chase them with like a retreating jump A. I like that a lot. You can like YOLO try to air throw them. Sometimes that works out. Or you can wait for them to land if they want to hit you. and anti-air them. But if they're like this range, like max 5C range, and they get out successfully, then yeah, that's a pretty good place to use it. Yeah, make them get spooked, because if you're doing this and then they try to jump and you hit them, they're like, oh shit, I shouldn't jump next time. So then next time you do this. And you know what happens after that? After that, they're like, oh, what the fuck, dude, he threw me. I know how to deal with that. I play Persona. I know how to deal with throw. I'm gonna be just fine. Check this shit out. And then you do this. And you kill them, you win the round. So this is, you know, this is the layers, right? It's more to just like discourage their behavior and push their behavior in the direction that you want it. A lot of the time it's throw, but I often end up even thinking like a grappler. Like when I'm fighting a really, really experienced player, like a veteran player, the thing that's actually going to hit them the most is this. Oh, let me make a block. Where am I? This is the wrong menu. Have him crouch, block everything. Okay. Oh, I didn't record it. Alright. That right there. That, when I fight a veteran player, that is the most common way I'm going to hit them. Because they're trying to jump or they're trying to OS every time. And you will catch them out of their jump frames. I was holding back there. I was trying to block. Look at my input. I just press up, back, and I'm dead. That is the most common way I hit veteran players. Again, in order to get there, they have to block this, which means they have to care enough to block that. Or they have to be, like, scared of your sweep so that you can come in. And this, like, this sweep feint stuff is not going to guarantee the same situation. It's going to depend on your opponent's reaction time. So if they like just say like, I know this Mitsuru player is gonna feint sweep, I'll show you what happens. See, if they just know you're gonna feint sweep, they could just mash and they'll get you. So it doesn't necessarily create the same situation, but if you've been doing your pressure in a way where they are scared to try anything because you do let that sweep rip a lot, oops. And you might like follow up with a coup draw sometimes, then they'll respect it, and then that sets you up to do stuff like this. And then it's just going to depend on how they react to seeing you run at them. And oftentimes people, again, they're going to choose the option select, or they're going to choose a DP, or they're going to choose a button. Some people will just block and take the throw. Taking the throw used to be kind of okay against Mitsuru. It's not anymore. So this is the first best. This is the guaranteed situation. If you hit this, you're in a 50-50 to win the round if you have the resources. You're now in a 50-50. They just gave up the most important possible thing. The second best is the sweep feint for being at advantage. Here's the worst. Maybe not the worst. Maybe second worst. Uncharged. This is a bad idea. Let's record it. Oh, that shit's not real at all. The moment they can just react to your dash, by the way. They can see that dash and just react and hit you. This is not real. This is not real. Not real, dudes. Don't do it. I pretty much never ever go for that ever. Just don't do it. The other one that sucks is this. This is not a good idea either. So let's see how this goes. This is the most plus situation you could do it on. Nope. And I take a Persona card too. One thing that has been very eye-opening for me in the game, very used to the mentality of don't even bother trying to tech, Throw's threat isn't big enough to warrant it into a game where, yeah, Arxis, man. I guess not every Arxis title, but older Arxis titles, throw is like as bad as getting hit by anything else. But against Shadow Mitsuru, she kills you from anywhere. So it's like really bad. Normal Mitsuru has shenanigans too. If I can do it. Yeah, you can do whatever, right? She can OMC it and do shit too. Yeah, getting thrown is rough in this game. You gotta really like have an idea of what you're going to do about people throwing you. It's not going to be like a 1/10 of your health into a knockdown, you know. It's going to be, I guess it will against Narukami because of the nerf, but yeah, most characters hurt you a lot. So the 5C is obviously no good. There is an exception. There is an exception. Did I not record that? I didn't. What the hell? What happened? I feel like I didn't press that fast enough. Let's do that again. Okay, that's fine. Try that again. Oh, too late. Yeah, okay, I got counter hit there. If your opponent jumped before the 5C, like you did a 5C in a situation where you're not very plus, like, what would be an example? Let me think of an example. Maybe you did something like, oh, maybe you did something like this. Oh, I can't do that actually. Yeah, maybe you did like, you know, it doesn't matter, right? Whatever you did where you weren't in a very advantageous situation and you hit 5C and they were able to jump like I did. If you dash cancel it and they're at jump height, you are at advantage despite how minus it is. Just because they're going to be landing and can't do an aerial in time. So that would be like the one exception to dash canceling that. What else is pretty nice for getting in? So we talked about this is the best, and then this is the second best for getting into that 50-50 range. And then don't do this shit or you'll make me frown. And then don't do this shit unless they're jumping. I meant Bufala. We went over that as well. It's a nice option. Yeah. This shuts up the jump. And it also stops a few other options that they can mash. Especially if you do it early. So that's like the getting in stuff. Now before you even get in on somebody, they have to like care about blocking, right? And the main strength of Mitsuru that makes her so good and has for so many years is how far away you can pressure them from. Like, most characters can't DP you from this range. Most. Not all. Most can't DP you from this range. So if you're fighting someone that's not even blocking, you start with just a 5A and just see what happens. So I like doing stuff like this. So on counter hit this combos, let's show that. Blocking none. And the damage is pretty nice. And he's standing. It works on crouch. I just wanted to show that it does work on crouch. Yeah, see, this works. This works on stand. It doesn't matter if they're standing or crouching. You'll get a full corner combo. It is worth spending the meter because you can do 2 loops with 75. I probably could have done B version. Yeah, so you can do 2 loops with 75 meter. I do think in general, with Shadow Mitsuru, you should spend the meter if you're like 50 or higher. Spend the meter and take the combo. Because you'll often hit that like somewhere like here. And you can get to the corner and get a full combo. I'm too far? No, I'm not too far. So take it when you can. But that just goes back to the general like block string theory here. Is playing from far away against opponents who don't know what's going on and want to mash against you. Is that this shit's good. So that's one of your options. And that will not catch jumpers guaranteed if they're already pressing it. But if they try to react to the fact that they got hit or they blocked a 5A and then jump, they usually will get caught. And again, you can do like a delayed thing here. You can also do this. Hey, thanks for the follow, Binary. And you can also just do nothing, which is one of the best things you can do because they're not at a range where they can really retaliate. Look how far away I am. I'm still at max 5A range. So a lot of the time, you'll just play the game from here, especially at mid-screen. You can do this too. You can Maren Karen. You can do the charged or uncharged. This is pretty nice because, like, if you jump in with something like this, a lot of people mash DP right there. And look how far I am. There's no shot that's hitting me. And this will make me crouch as well. So you'll end up making a lot of DPs whiff if they're like really scared of your jump in. A lot of people mash DP when they get hit by a jump in like that. They mash immediately. And if they're mashing, they're gonna whiff. That's another really nice option. You can of course start trying to get closer. If you get here, you know, that's the money. What else from this range? You can do this. I don't really use it, to be honest with you. I don't think it's that good. There's like a few niche situations where this is dope, like against Yukari, because Yukari's DP advances on the floor. So like the situation we were just talking about, this one, like if you Maren Karen here, she's gonna hit you. But with the right spacing, you can make her whiff. I've actually done that in a match. So there's a few niche situations where it's good. I don't really recommend adding it to like your lineup. You just learn about it later. Come back to this cancel later because it's not really that useful. Because like if this counter hit him and I backdash, that's heartbreaking. I could have won the round. So just in general, yeah. I like sweep. I like Maren Karen. You can of course just like start your pressure too. I think staying back at this range really like messes up most of the cast. Most of the cast really can't do anything about you being out here. They're just like, what do they do? Like, their DP doesn't reach, their buttons don't reach, everything's a huge risk. They eventually tried to like jump. Yosuke sweep. Yeah, Yosuke sweep will reach. I don't like back because like if Yosuke is gonna block this, and he's for sure gonna block and he's gonna sweep after, I'm just gonna do this. I don't need to call it out with a backdash. I'll just do this and kill him instead. Let's see, do I want to say anything else about 5A? It's like mostly it for 5A. At least at that range. Up close, this is obviously a fucking monster because you can cancel it into so many things. It's our best move, that pressure. Yeah, pretty much everything. You can do whatever you want out of it. You have so much control over your spacing. But up close 5A is godlike. Yeah, that's probably it for 5A. You could do a lot of, at mid-screen, you could do a lot of like weak dash mix-up stuff. If you're new to Persona, learn that movement. The instant air dash air turn. It's good. It's fast. It's not like a guarantee that people are going to react to it. Yeah. Another cool thing Mitsuru can do. Just keep that default. Let's do no block. With like her cross up stuff. Yeah, a charge jump B. You can do this meaty in a lot of situations. Charge jump B goes into a full combo at mid-screen because of jump C. This is from vanilla as well. This is not new, but it is like semi-unknown for some reason. Somebody told me like a week or two ago that you'll never hit that in a match or something. I was like, I don't know. I hit that all the time. I have no idea what you're talking about. You can do it from the front too, but yeah, like most often like a cross up. Oh, he's not set to tech. Is that in the second page? I guess it is. Ground recovery enabled. Yeah. A lot of situations where you can set that up on their wake up. Can Yosuke sweep charge 5B? No. At most you'll trade and he'll be in crumple state and you'll stand up and then do a full combo. And BB Tag doesn't have charged 5B, so it's definitely not that game. The best Yosuke can do is if it's timed perfectly, he might trade with it. And then I'll get knocked down and wake right up, and you'll be in a crumple state, and I get to do the full combo. What knockdown ender should I be going for mostly with Mitsuru? Usually this one. But with a fatal, I'm bad. Well, let me show you why, though. Don't just, like... One thing I want to teach people is don't just take people's word for it, because people just say stupid shit all the time, and it's not true, and it's so fucking annoying, man. People just say shit, and it's just completely wrong. Okay, basic training options. SP gauge 0. Do this. No, do this here. Yeah. Look how much meter that one sequence did. Subtract 10 because I got... Or did I? Maybe I didn't. Let's see. Yeah, I did. Subtract 10 because I got the first hit bonus. Look how much meter you get for that. So, like, the difference is between that and this. Minus 10. So I got 13. That's the other ender. Because, like, usually your ender... let's, like, just do an example. It's right here. A 5B into it. You get so much meter. Look how much meter I got for that combo. It's absolutely disgusting. So here's the difference, though. Here's the other ender. Look how much less that is. It's like 25 less or something. I searched how many messages they have in the matchmaking channels. Why? What does that mean? What does that mean? If they have more, does that mean they're stupid? Yeah, AOA for 5B. Yeah, always. Well, not always, but if you're doing the correct prorated combo, you'll get it. But you get it mid-screen as well. Yeah, so you get it here too. You get a shit ton of meter. You'll pretty much, like, there's a couple situations you don't want it, but you should go for it whenever you can. Like, if they're just crouching, then there's not too much you can do. That's in this menu. So if they're just crouching, you have to do this ender anyway. And that does set up... Is he not teching anymore? What the hell? I thought we had that set up. Oh, I turned it off like an idiot. Round recovery, wake up. Okay. Yeah, you get a safe jump there. That's the one good thing about that ending. But, like, the other one, you get meter and, like, a 3 million hour long knockdown. Like, you could do so much during that. Especially, like, if you're, like, around here. Look how late that bounces. Like, yeah, it's just too good. The more messages they have in matchmaking channels, the more they've actually at least attempted to play the game. Yeah, it just depends on who you're talking to. Because, like, there's people like Jonah who don't use any of the stuff in the Discord, but they do post in the Akihiko chat, and he's the best Akihiko player in the world. There's people that, like, I don't use it anymore. I only used the matchmaking channel when I was on PC because there's only, like, 3 people that own that version of the game. But, yeah. I could see what you mean, though. There's been so much... I mean, it's less of an issue now because people trust me now, but there was so much wrong shit being talked about in the Mitsuru channel all the time. It'd just be, like, completely wrong or no proof or things like that. Or I'll go test it and it's completely wrong. It's like, it was a headache. It happens a lot less now. I think, like, yeah... People are less likely to just, like, say bullshit because it's me or Lacey are going to go in there and be like, that's just not even true. Like, it doesn't fucking work. You know, it is what it is. I don't know how the other channels are doing. Hopefully they don't have a similar experience. What else should we talk about with pressure? Talk about like the cross-up stuff. She doesn't have any like particular cross-up mix-up setups. You can just do it on like a hard knockdown. Seeing that reminded me. Just played a stage random select AoE DP enjoyer. How can hop be applied? Oh, thank you. That's a really good one. That's a really, really, really good one. Where the fuck am I? Counter hit off. Blocking everything. Yeah, so that's something I do commonly do. That's like one place you can do it. Can't do it out of 5C. You can do it out of 5B. One of the best places is out of sweep. So here's how this works. Anything you do out of a short hop is not an overhead. Okay, so this is not an overhead. You can't use, you're not doing an overhead mix up here. That's not the point. The point is, if you do a charge jump B, it's plus. So if you do something that would normally end your pressure like this, and you get away with doing that, you get to restart your pressure now. He can't do anything about that. He could DP, that's it. But you know, if you want to bet the whole game on a DP. The other thing, let's record. Okay. This will be nice for people who have been struggling with this kind of mashing. Oh, he tried to sweep and now he's dead. Oops. Damn it, now I'm on record too. Give me back to 1. Because they see you sweep, right? People who are like trying to deal with a Mitsuru pattern, they think you're gonna do this, which we talked about, right? They want to sweep that. They want to sweep that so bad. They're like, fuck that. I can win. I can win. I can sweep the Mitsuru's stupid Aku draw. And then here's their reward. Oh, and it's a crouch confirm too. It's a fucking crouch confirm. I probably don't need to tell you, but you get the full combo out of that, of course. Oh, dead. Not even close either. Because there's so much hits done on the sweep. They have to do a really fast attack to hit you out of that. Like, they have to do like a 5A or a DPU or Super U. So they have to bet on it. They have to bet that you're going to do it and mash. And, you know, that's where the inner rock, paper, scissors game comes in if they want to press sweep. Is that if they want to mash A here, you might choose this. And we saw earlier how much damage that does on a counter hit. So, you know, that's up to what kind of risk they want to take, right? If they mash sweep and they hit me, they get a short combo. If they mash sweep and I hit them, I do 7.8k and I win. That's just kind of how it is. That'll open up Aku or 5C. You can't 5C out of sweep. Sorry. This is only special cancelable. But you can short hop cancel it. But yeah, if they want to mash, you just Aku the shit out of them. And they die. Dude, oh man, that's my favorite thing about 2.0 Shadow. Not the burst, not the frenzy, not all the different things we can do. It's the fact that you hit this new shit and you get a full combo. I'm still blocking. This micro dash, you get a full fucking combo every time. Dude, I fucking love that. Because there's so much shit like Adachi whiffing DP, you baiting Kanji's DP, or like Akihiko doing some shit he can't get away with where you can't get a good punish because you're at like this range. But now you win! You fucking win! That was too slow, but yeah. You win! You win for that shit. If you punish on counter hit with Aku draw, you win. To me, that's like such a huge game changer. To me, that's the biggest buff that Shadow Mitsuru got by far. Like, I get a counter hit, Aku draw, I win. Like, Yukiko pressed a Persona button at this range, and I pressed this, I win. But, like, it's not just that either. Like, You can be in a situation where, you know, you need to use SP, you still fucking win. That's crazy. Because you'll get the, if I do it, you'll get the 75 meter ender. Coming from zero meaningful P4 AU experience, imagining no 2B launch is so cursed because it feels so right. What are additional uses of 5B feint, by the way? I know there's grab, but I saw you can go into other things. I'm not sure how useful they are. I'm line breaking, but Twitch keeps killing it. Yeah, welcome to Twitch. Yeah, the 2B launcher is new, and it's, you know, as somebody who's been playing the character since 2012, it's not something I'm used to. It's like, I feel mad fucking privileged that this exists. That's so crazy that this exists to me. Like, to you, it's like an essential piece of our kit. To me, this is so fucking crazy that this exists. Because you used to only get this, and that's it. That was the end of your combo. Or if they were standing, you got this, and that's it. Not even 2,000 damage off of regular hits. And even in vanilla, when she was like arguably top 1 character back then too, she still didn't get anything out of those hits. It was the same shit. You had to spend meter. You had to like do this to get any damage. Which, I mean, normal Mitsuru still does that now, but now her meter gain is also absolutely insane, which we showed earlier. So what are uses of 5B feint? The throw's pretty much the only one you want to use. Charged 2C? This is charged 2C. I'm not sure if that's what you meant. Yeah, to answer your question about 5B feint, pretty much only do throw. Because anything else that you can cancel with it, you can just do in the block string, you know what I mean? So there's like no reason to do that. Oh, charge 2B. Oh, you mean the launch? So at mid-screen, only Shadow can do it. Only Shadow can do that. Normal Mitsuru can't do that. But normal Mitsuru can do it in the corner. So let's go over to her real quick. So we do have a couple things to mention about her. Let's not choose Ken.
Picture in your head your own appearance as
Magnifique. Okay, so here's what happens with normal Mitsuru. No! Sag. In the corner. On Yukari, you have to do a 5B, I think. So the path is a little different, but you can still get it. See? I'm pressing shit too early because in that place stuff like that. If they're crouching, then you're just shit out of luck on most characters. I think Yukari is one of the ones that doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work. You're just shit out of luck if they're crouching. Just have to spend the meter. Usually, like, with normal Mitsuru, like, you have the meter just from hitting that at all, so, like, spending the meter is not that big of a deal. And you don't need it for a frenzy combo. I want the auto combo with the 2B launcher. So that's the curse, right? Players who are new all really want to do the new launcher. And so they want to play Shadow Mitsuru because you're going to get combos easier. Or you're going to get, like, damage out of them easier. But then the whole character as a whole is so much harder than normal Mitsuru that you just end up getting held back anyway. Like, this is not bad. This is not bad. That's 2.2k. Shadow Mitsuru, when we did the whole corner sequence, got 3k. This is not bad at all. It doesn't look cool, but it's not bad at all. Shadow Mitsuru, I think it's like 2.6 at mid-screen. So we get 2.2 at mid-screen. That's 400 less. It's like, is it really that big of a deal, you know? And plus in the corner you get to do a real combo. and that also does more than the shadow. You know, it is what it is, man. I try to discourage people from getting too caught up on like getting used to doing that, because you don't need it. Like, it's just the one thing is that Shadow Mitsuru gets that sick mid-screen punish off of this. Normal Mitsuru would have to like do something like this. Yeah, so that's how you'd get it mid-screen with normal Mitsuru. And it's like, okay, you know, I need 50 meter to do that though, but like, the meter gain is so ridiculous with this character to begin with that you're usually just gonna have the meter you need to do stuff. That's like one of the reasons normal Mitsuru's top tier. She always has what she needs to do stuff. And she's also so much easier than Shadow while still being top tier. But yeah, at the end of the day, you know, I'm not trying to tell anybody what they have to play or anything, but I usually do recommend like people who are new to Mitsuru pick normal Mitsuru so they can learn how to play the character and not worry about cashing in. Because there's oftentimes you'll play Shadow Mitsuru and you're new, and you do so much right. Like the Kurodyne matches we were watching, you'll do so much right, and then you will do the frenzy wrong. You'll do the wrong combo, or you'll miss the cancel, and then you lose, and then your brain doesn't register the reward for the things you did right in that round, and you don't end up actually like adding it to your repertoire and improving. Where like you pick normal Mitsuru and like a couple of these is the round, and she builds the meter so easily. Because you have to remember the normal version of characters does just flat out more than the Shadow. Yeah, but yeah, that's like my rant on that. Let's talk about normal Mitsuru specific pressure stuff, which is not much, but it's some dope shit that makes her pressure better than Shadow's. I would say it's better. I think normal Mitsuru's auto combo in a blocking situation is incredible. Make this character crouch. And we're not blocking. Hold on. Okay. So we talked about this earlier, this 5A stuff, and how good it is at a far range. Now normal Mitsuru can do this, and she can do this at ranges where Shadow Mitsuru will whip her second 5A. And this move can also be cancelled into everything. I missed. Yeah, there we go. You have to do like a 6B and then let go, because her auto combo travels a little bit differently. But look how late this can be cancelled. Holy shit. So let's talk about this. When you're playing Mitsuru and you're like doing this, and like, you know, trying to intimidate them, they're gonna like, you know, Yosuke players are just gonna sweep you. They're gonna be like, shut the fuck up. Like if you're fighting the Mitsuru mirror, the other Mitsuru is gonna be like, shut the fuck up. Like they're gonna say, stop pressing that. But normal Mitsuru's second hit, this one, hits sweep. You can't sweep under this move. This move doesn't give a fuck how low to the ground you are. And you can cancel it so late. And for the opponent, it's really difficult to tell if it's gonna whiff. And look how fast the whiff recovery is. It's so fast. You can't react to this whiff recovery. So there's a lot of like nuances to this. Like people know you're like late canceling it, right? They know you're like being like this. Like they know you're being like this, so they're like, okay, I'm gonna press my like parry or my DP when they do the second hit, and I'm gonna counter them out of it. And then like this ends up missing, and you don't end up hitting their counter or their parry, and then you counter hit them because it has like no whip recovery. It's absolutely insane. This is just 5AA. Like you can win entire rounds just doing this. Let's do like blocking random, and let's do counter hit always. I get a combo out of this. Even though I confirmed that so late. See, look how late I can confirm that. And I could do the full corner loop because it's SB version. I can confirm that too. I didn't mean to do a charge though. I can confirm that. Like, that's a straight up confirm. I'm not guessing. And look how much damage you get. What the fuck? That's out of a 5AA, dude. Because they pressed a button. That's 50 meter. That's it. Just, or no, 75. I had to do the SP. So yeah. 4K before spending the 50 at the end. Give Shadow Mitsuru, please, dude. I would take this 5A over Shadow Mitsuru's. I would. It's so fucking good. Did I mention you can go into this hit too? Look how late it confirms. Even if you're autopiloting the delay, you still pick up the combo. That's so ridiculous. Like, it's so easy mode, and it's so strong because it hits low profiles. So you can go into sweep. You can do nothing. Let's get her to block everything again. You could do nothing and just start over. You could do 5C. You could do 5B and fatal them for trying to call you out doing nothing. Fatal the shit out of them. You can, oops, you can Marin Karen. You could do everything out of it. Plus, you can cancel it into the third hit of auto combo. Really late too. To me, that's nuts, man. I think it's nuts. I think it's the best auto combo in the game. There are so many characters, like the best example is Elizabeth, where you will win the entire round without ever approaching to this range. You will stand right here and do this, and she can't do anything. Like, she presses DP and she stops right here, where, like, right in front of where you were, and she just completely misses. And then you know, smack her in the face, and then you win. It's just so damn good. So a lot of like normal Mitsuru gameplay is you can just do this forever. They have to like take a huge risk to stop you, and at any moment you could just decide to continue. They don't know what you're gonna do. See, like, it's just so good. It's so much stronger than Shadow Mitsuru's mix-up. It's like a significant tier higher. It's like another reason I really recommend her to people who are new to the character. Like, you will win pressure so much. Yeah, like, I mean, I probably sound like a broken record, but this version of Mitsuru is also top tier. It's not all about Shadow. The things I like about Shadow are the versatility in when you're allowed to kill, and obviously the 5AA 2B launch is really awesome. But I do, because I play both characters, I do often feel like I'm missing out on this. There are matchups where I prefer normal Mitsuru. Typically the low tiers, except Kanji. Versus the low tiers, I think normal Mitsuru is better. Like, I think normal Mitsuru is a better pick against Liz, and I think she's better against Teddy, and I think she's better against Junpei than Shadow, because of the ability to lock them down. Whereas, like, they have options that can call out with low profile a little bit better against Shadow. This character doesn't give a fuck. This version of Mitsuru absolutely does not give a fuck. Yeah, that's my normal Mitsuru rant. That's it.